What's up, my lovelies? Hold on, I'm gonna be with y'all in just a second. Cause child, it is on and popping again. And Martell, Mr. Martell Holt, he ain't playing. He is not playing. It is sad. I am waiting for the undisputed Miss African Queen, who said she'd be here in 5 minutes. But it's been 5 minutes. And y'all know either way, the show must go on, right? Right. Hold on, let me calm myself down because I'm hot as hell, y'all. And I can't be up on here when y'all see me sweating and stuff because that ain't ladylike. So let me cool down real quick, make me fan myself. Where is my fans at? Like, I ain't had a fan in a long ass time. Hold on. Okay, I got my fan, y'all. I got my fan. Woo! Y'all, I am hot. Now, when I say I am hot, I am hot. Dina, a.k.a. Christina, my baby girl. Now, y'all know me and Dina got Sons of Anarchy coming September 12th, which I think is a Monday. So, if y'all ain't into Sons of Anarchy, y'all need to get into Sons of Anarchy because we about to be getting into Sons of Anarchy and taking that ride all over. Now, I don't wait for mine as long as I can, y'all. But the show must go on. I've been at work all day. Had some running around to do as soon as I got off work. So I didn't even have time to really chill because I've been chilling on the phone with my girl, Dina. We've been having our little cackle time like we get to do. But it's time to get into these goddamn things. Mel started it and Mel responded. Martell responds back. There's the bomb. That's the new one I ain't seen up in here, so welcome. There's the bomb. I like that name. Now, y'all know that the whole thing started about the day before yesterday or so. See, Melody got up on here and had like time today. She made all of them text messages on the stories, as you probably have seen if you know the Huntsville Chronicles. I did that yesterday. Hey. Now, since you knew Des Bob, I need to know where you at coming through here tonight. I always like to find out where everybody's at, where they residing in, coming through. I myself am from Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. And guess what? The undisputed African Queen has finally graced us with her presence. Hey, baby. Oh, baby. Okay, VA in the building. And hey, baby is lit. Hey, baby. How you doing, baby? You ain't said shit yet. Well, the undisputed Queen, Miss Mine After Mama, is getting it together for herself. We gonna talk about. Oh, she got the shades on, so y'all know she feeling some type of way. This about to be a good live tonight. Okay, here we go. Now, first things first. So if y'all know about everything that happened yesterday with Mel and her 21 questions, 21 stories that she wrote. Well, I guess Mr. Martell Holt was not feeling it per se. And he has some things to say back. And not only did he have some things to say back, he had a little video that he wanted to put out there in these streets. Now, I don't know if this was him who took this video or if someone else took this video and said, looking good this tastes. and someone took this video and sent it to him. But knowing how Martell rolls, we know that
First of all,
oh, that's what I figured. Okay.
First of all,
thank you, baby.
First of all, that dude over there was not pleasant to my eyes. Ain't no competition to Martell.
Okay.
That dude over there.
Okay.
Ain't no competition.
None.
Zero. Negative.
Not negative. I drink to that. And to everybody who knows me best, don't get it twisted. There's about 2 shots of Tito's up in here, okay?
2 shots?
And I'm on my second one. I ain't even finished my first one. Look, let me prove myself. I'm on my second one. I got 2. Let me pour the rest of this in here. So we can get this started because we got some text to go through.
We
got a video to go through.
Going on. Like,
because this shit is
Melody, is this what you're giving us?
Well, now Martell is giving us.
I don't care what Martell giving us. I don't care what Martell is, because Melody, on the other hand, is trying to prove that, oh, she's way over there. Is this what you're giving us? A dude who is not very good looking.
First of all, I do gotta say, this dude don't even look like that's her type. That's her type. Anyway, but hey.
The first time when I saw that video, I was like, you know what? This has to be a personal assistant or somebody over there down below. It cannot be that Melody is checking for him.
Well, okay. Since we started with the video, let's run this video real quick.
Go ahead.
And refresh our memory of what we had. Now, y'all know when Martell had posted this video, there was music over it. So I had to mute that and speak over it because I am not trying to have YouTube trying to ban this live. No, sir, no, man.
We're not doing that.
We ain't doing that today. So let's roll this, shall we?
The music on this video is deleted because I am not trying to get banned by YouTube. But look at this crazy mess here. What the hell?
First of all, what is she wearing?
Let's roll. Look, let me put that in a loop because I need to see this about 2 more times because it was so quick. Let's do this a couple more times.
The music on this video is deleted because I am not trying to get banned by YouTube. But look at this crazy mess here. What the hell? The music on this video is deleted because I am not trying to get banned by YouTube. But look at this crazy mess here. What the hell? The music on this video is deleted because I am not trying to get banned by YouTube. But look at this crazy mess here. What the hell?
Okay. Now, first of all, before we get into talking about how he looked and everything. Yep. Miss Goody the building.
You cannot say, oh, let's not talk about how he looked. We're gonna have to start with how he looked.
No, not his looks, but his demeanor, how he looks. He looked like he's ashamed to be there.
Everything.
He looked like he's ashamed to be there. He's like, why am I dealing with this?
Confessions.
KK, what's up, baby?
Everything. The way he looked, the way he dressed, the way Melody dressed is a whole full of ghetto-ness. It's a whole of ghetto.
Now, if you want to dig deeper into it, the way he dressed and the way she dressed, it don't look like a typical date per se.
It can never be
what's going on, but that's not how you dress when you go on a date.
Because there are many days in my lifetime that my husband and I have been out there not looking at our cute self. It's like, you know what? Let's go get those burgers. So Melody has been checking on these guys. Okay.
Oh! That's how you feel, man? Alexis Carrington, new names. Thank you for coming through, baby. Let me know where you from, please, and thank you, since you are new up in here. So, first, let me get, because Goody is going off already. Who you shouldn't be ashamed of dealing with this.
Well, and what? Goody. The drama is.
That's what I'm saying. They look like they were just eating. It don't look like a typical date per se because of the way they were dressed. We know when Mel steps out, she gonna step out to impress and look good. She may or may not be photographed.
They were.
So that's what I'm wondering, what kind of date or was this? Because
they were. They were just eating because
it's very casual.
They just had a good night.
Y'all always cute.
They were just eating.
Shut. Okay. I think you tripping a little. Martell ain't want her out with anyway. He showed out. He ain't for that. But okay, let's look. I need you to look again. Look how they are dressed.
I'm not looking nothing. I'm not looking nothing. These are people who slept together the night before, and they were like, you know what? Let's go catch that breakfast.
Okay, do they show
so we don't have to dress up?
Are we sure we're at?
Everybody here, you all been extending grace to Melody because you all been cheated on. You all try to sympathize with Melody because your asses have been cheated on. And you're not.
I'm Miss Neutral.
Let me finish.
I'm Miss Neutral. Don't do that.
Not you, Confessions. Not you. Not
well,
you. Confessions. Not you. And you are being, we are sympathizing. We are sympathizing with Melody. We are doing all these things with Melody. Melody doesn't need your sympathy. Melody is doing her thing. Melody slept with that man. They were like, you know what? Let's go get some breakfast in the morning in our local joint. Somebody videoed them. Melody was not in all her glamour. And the dude over there was not all, he looked like, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no competition. Not excusing what Martell has done. I'm not excusing that.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
But I'm saying Melody is not innocent either.
No one's saying that. We're just looking at what we see we see right now.
And looking at what we see a Melody who was not ready for a video. We're looking at what we see a Melody who was not ready for her makeup, glam, and all that shenanigans. Looking at what we see, we are looking at somebody who she's sitting down with, who is in no competition with Martell.
Okay, what we're talking about
physically, from what I'm seeing, I don't know how deep.
Okay, well, you have to understand, we can't see what this man looks like physically because of the looseness of his clothes. When we used to see Martell in his little brother's shirts, anyway.
Listen.
Okay,
I don't care.
Of course, we see what Martell working with from what he wearing.
Confessions.
But this is out here and just in casual wear. He ain't trying to show off the tickets to the gun show.
Confessions.
He ain't trying to be all glamorous. They look like they just out casually. It don't look like a date.
Confessions.
What's up?
I don't care what that brother wears. Orange, purple, yellow.
It's not about the color. It's not about the color, Mod.
Ain't no competition.
Okay, no competition. To Martell, you mean?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But what I'm just saying is, it doesn't look like that type of date is what it's trying to be misconstrued as. Because we know on a date, a girl is, especially Melody, who likes to look good and get her glamour on and everything, she's gonna step out looking like what bitch what, okay? And if a dude gonna be with her, best believe she's gonna want that dude to match her energy. One, because she knows that people are watching. Two, because she knows that Martell may be right around the corner with binoculars looking ready, as obviously he was from this video. So I don't think she was actually on that type of date, if that's even what this was.
Oh my God.
She just got up and said, I'm gonna meet you somewhere real quick. It looks like she knows this dude, like he's part of her team or something of that nature. It don't look like a real date to me.
Oh my gosh, look at you. Look at you.
What you mean? Look at me. Look at me. First of all, yeah, look at me. Sure.
To make a case, trying to make a case for her.
No. I'm just saying what you're saying.
Let me finish.
You know, I'm the last person to make a case for Melody.
I'm the
last person to make a case for anybody. I just like to come and review what I see. But I'm just giving what I see. And it don't look like that from the top. I mean, you have to realize, understand, even when Melody does her posts and her reels and whatever, she's always looking some type of way. It looked like she just really was like, I'm hungry real quick. Let's go get something to eat. It wasn't even like,
let's go get something to eat.
It was a date like that is what I'm saying.
Let's go get something to eat with whom?
Hold on. I am so backed up. Hold on. Where we at? Martell is being a stalker. Don't be surprised if she gets a restraining order played. And that's what I'm saying. I think she has gotten a restraining order before. Because this isn't the first time he has came to one of her dates. This is not the first time. This is not his first rodeo. If that is, in fact, him who actually took that video, which I don't see nobody coming up to her like that besides Wood. But then again, I would understand why he would, knowing that she would use that in the case against him. So that's another thing. We're not really sure who took this video and sent it to him, or if this was, in fact, him who took this video. But my thing is, he has done this before on his own, because they even had a whole entire argument about it on last season's, on season 3, when she came and met up with him at whatever construction site he was at, whatever, if y'all remember that. So this isn't his first time doing that. This is his MO. So it could just, in fact, be him. But the way that she looked like she's coming at the person who made the video, it looked like it could possibly be him. True that. And Mel never denied it. And that's the thing. And Mel never denied it. So that's it. I feel like Mel might respond tomorrow. So y'all, we might be right back here tomorrow with another Huntsville Chronicle. Let's see. Physically a fine man. Martell did her dirty on TV. Why would it need to be competition? Okay. You want to answer that, Mike? Don't go mute on me now, Mike. Answer the question.
Listen, I am a married woman. I sympathize about any woman over here, black, white, who's been cheated on. But I also acknowledge a woman who is making millions out of the divorce. I acknowledge.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right?
Confessions. Can I finish what
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I acknowledge a woman who is taking advantage of the situation for her to come out here on social media blasting your black son, your only son. You have 3 daughters. You only have 1 son. For you to have the energy, power, time to type down, exposing your son to us, that in itself, my cup of grace is empty.
Okay, Mine. I see we are still on 2 days ago. You have
we have to start from there.
Okay, I need you to explain in full why you are still salty over that. Because that was 2-3 days ago, honey.
I don't care. But that explains who you are as a person. That explains who you are as a mother. That explains what you have to let go just because you want to make whatever you want to make on this social media street. Because your music ain't gonna be Beyonce. Your acting career ain't gonna go anywhere for, what do you call those nominations? You're not gonna get there. And for you to sacrifice that, for you to think that we are so invested in you.
You have to realize
let me finish.
Millimeters who actually
let me finish. For you to think.
Okay.
For you to think that you care so much about the way you're parenting your 4 children. For you to expose your black son, the only son that you have, coming here to tell us that she wrote down your credit card information. Who are you? If you can expose a child you carried 9 months, you pushed through the pains of giving birth. I am a mother. I have 3 children. I know the pain. For you.
Okay, bye. Now that you got it off your chest.
For you to come over here on social media because you want 2 minutes fame, exposing that son, the only son you have. The only son you have. Exposing him in his times of weakness. What kind of mother are you?
Now, I agree with you. Listen to me now.
And I cannot see nothing beyond that.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Okay. I totally get where you are coming from.
Confessions.
I get where you're coming from.
Our black sons, our black brothers are already fighting everything in America. That's why I had a problem with Ready to Love, Flower Girl.
Okay, let's not go there. Let's stay on.
We're not going there. We're not going there.
I want to know, are you saying that Melody is a bad mother?
Yes.
Okay, now you have to, okay, now Maya.
Yes.
Listen to me now, please. Every mother, and I'm not even a parent, but I know that every mother, every parent is different. Every mother and every parent has their own way of parenting, okay?
There's white and black.
Okay, why must you make this about, I understand why you want to say about the whole black man, make it a race thing.
That was wrong.
But that's not what this was, because you know that I like to be neutral. I like to play devil's advocate and everything. You know I can get on Melody, and you know I can get on Martell.
Confessions.
Yes.
Ain't nothing about being neutral over here in this particular situation.
For you.
In this particular situation, I want to know, as a mother, I want to know, and everybody who's watching us, please let me know if you were in the same position, would you expose your child the way she did? And Goody over there, Goody over here with your big mouth.
Goody wants to know. Well, you already answered. Okay.
Goody over here.
Okay. Goody. Have you ever made a parenting mistake?
Goody, I have never made a parenting mistake on social media. Ever.
Okay. But you have to understand
Confessions. It's not okay. Because there's so many people watching it. There's so many people. Listen, I have made mistakes raising my children, but it was not on social media. You understand?
Yes.
It was not on social media. Confessions, there's no.
No, not. Listen to me. I've let you talk.
Confessions.
I've let you talk.
Confessions.
Yes.
Once you put, one thing that my husband keeps reminding me is like, every time you go on that live, remember, this is permanent. Be aware. Whatever you're saying is permanent.
Shout out to Mr. Mott. Tell him I said hi.
Hi, Mr. Mott. Hi, Mr. Mott.
Is he over there? Tell him hi. Now, let me say this.
Confessions. Let me finish.
Mine. Let me talk for a second, then you can finish.
No, let me finish. Let me finish, and you can talk for a second.
Oh, a second.
I'm older.
Yes, you do me on all platforms.
Confession, I'm older.
You can do that. Let you know that.
Confession, I'm older, and therefore, you're gonna have to give me some respect.
Look, you ain't about to keep using that on me. You ain't about to keep using that on me, ma'am. That's what we not gonna do. Okay. Now let me say this.
I love you. You know I love you.
Right later, but yep. Look. Now, yes, the fact of the point is, yes, okay, you've never made a mistake on social media.
No.
True. Okay. I will give you that. But also, you have to understand, Mel is a public figure at this point. So she has a lot of followers, a lot of fans, and so forth. So there's things that she does do on live and social media, just like we've seen Ariane do some things on live and on social media. Just like you see a lot of TikToks and IGs of mothers doing crazy things on live and social media, trying to get their 50 minutes of fame. Okay, nobody is perfect. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to do a lot of things, but also you are going to do some things where people are going to take out of context and flip it around because they don't like you to make it look like something. Okay.
So when you make a mistake, you say, you know what? I made a mistake, right?
She said
she made a mistake.
She owned up to it. She said, I understand that my way of parenting isn't the same.
Not a mistake.
I'm trying to let y'all know where I was coming from. If she didn't feel like she made a mistake, she would have never came out and said anything. But she felt that she was being scorned so bad for what she did.
Rightfully so.
Know
what
she was doing and why y'all probably thought, yes, okay, y'all saw this as a mistake, but this is what I seen it is. But you have to understand, you can't please everybody. And you're never going to, especially when you have haters.
Confessions.
Yes. Let me make it up to these comments.
She does not need to please us.
I am not team.
She does not need confessions.
That's the bomb. Why you keep saying Martell?
Confessions.
What?
She does not need to please anybody when she's raising her children.
Well, obviously, people and like you want to say she's a bad mom.
Sister.
Yes, sister.
She does not need to praise or to impress on anybody when she's raising her children.
Okay, so now Goody's asking, are you saying Martell is a good father?
Why are we jumping on Martell? We're talking about Melody and how she posted. Whatever she posted has nothing to do with Martell.
Okay.
Hey, Goody. Stop equating this two.
Goody wants to come on. Do you have a problem with that?
Go ahead. She better hold her mouth.
I'm going to drop the link.
Yes,
I'm about to drop the link. Okay, I'm 47 and a half, 25%.
Confessions.
Confessions. Yes, Billy B. Girl, baby. First of all, how was the trip? I hope everything was fabulous. We just went over everything that's been happening. What?
Before Goody comes over here?
Yes.
It's not about Melody and Martell. I am questioning Melody's agenda. I'm questioning Melody's intentions. We are not equating. We are not saying, oh, she did this, and so Martell did this. That's what I'm not here to do that. Listen, I'm working tomorrow. I'm gonna get up early. This is not what I'm trying to do on this night.
Okay.
This night, I'm saying Melody had no reason to expose her son on the social media.
Though, you have to understand.
She had no reason to come to tell us about credit cards and bullshit that she did.
Why are you holding on so strong to this?
I have to. She's raising the only black son that she has. And Confessions is my little sister. She's my baby sister. Sometimes I have to check her. And I'm allowed to do that. She's my small sister. I'm allowed to, though.
Yes.
With a whole lot of love.
But as your little sister,
Confessions,
I have to tell you.
Confessions and me have this bond. Confessions and myself have this bond that she has to respect everything that I say.
And I would hope you respect everything I say. Okay? Especially when we on my platform tonight. Okay? Now I'm about to drop the link and let Goody come on. And after Goody talks, if anyone wants to come up and say something, we
are talking about the kids.
Open discussion tonight.
That's what we're talking about, the kids. And for her,
the whole issue is a mess and should not be on social media.
That's
the bomb. That is correct. You are right. That is true. So this is a whole mess.
No. The particular situation I'm talking about has nothing to do with the father of the children.
This is all
the particular situation I'm talking about.
She not said nothing about it. No, because had she not said nothing about it, Martell would have probably did too. And we haven't even gotten through the text messages yet. So, and I haven't even read them all.
I don't
see
care.
What Martell even said. So he has said something. But now I'm about to let Miss Goody Gabar come up here.
I don't care. I don't care about.
Hey, beautiful.
I do not give a damn. I don't give a damn about the text messages that you're going through. I am focusing. My focus is on this post that she put out about
that was
it's okay.
Ago.
It's okay. Let's talk about it.
It does
Okay.
not matter.
You are
It is
right.
us.
Mad.
Okay, Miss Goody, thank you for coming on. What do you
No
have to say?
problem.
Confessions. Confessions.
Yes.
I don't care if it was yesterday. I don't care if it was a month ago. I don't give a damn.
Okay.
She was not supposed to put that post. We allow them, we want them to be open,
Look, Ma,
not in this manner.
Okay.
no one
Okay,
is
Mad.
saying it was right, not even her. That
I
is
need
why she doubled back and said what she said, letting us know and others know what she felt, how she felt, and why she did it, and what her intentions was. Not
Okay.
everything
So
that every mother does is perfect. And it's not supposed to be. You make mistakes, you do what you do, especially on social media. But the point is, there are people who are just going to take it for what it is, regardless of what she says or not. And you're a prime example of that, and that's just what happens. So, Miss Good, what do you have to say now?
first of all, I want to say, what's up, little sisters? Because everybody is my
Oh,
little sister. And I've been parenting for 25 years. When I saw her say that thing about the credit card, it was cringe for me. I didn't like it. I knew it would be problematic. That said, when we talk about extending grace, this is the reason why we extend grace. Because
Ain't no grace. Ain't no grace.
listen, I'm not
extended over there.
let me speak. The antithesis of offering grace is judgment. And when we get to judging people, we have to be mindful that we are not throwing rocks from a glass house. We do not know.
Ain't no glass. Ain't no glass.
We
Ain't
don't.
no
Yes,
glass
it is a
here.
glass house because we can see everything
Wait a minute. No.
in their
I'm
house.
gonna make it. No. Ain't no glass here in Buffalo. Ain't no glass.
There's
I
glass
will
in Buffalo.
never-
I would hope that the good God
I
grace
will
everybody with some
never-
glass.
I will never
Mod,
expose
you
my
can.
three
The
children.
worst thing you can say is never.
Goody.
I want you to take a.
Let me
Give me a
finish.
second.
Let
Give
me
me a
finish.
second.
I want
No,
to
because
finish.
you didn't let me finish,
let
beloved.
Goody talk because she just got here. We're gonna let you
I'm
talk.
about. You know what? I'm about to leave this live.
No,
I'm
don't
gonna be
leave
gone.
because I'm
Don't
not.
leave
I'm
the
gonna be
live,
gone.
Mom.
No, I'm not saying
No,
you have glass at your
I'm
house.
not
Don't
having
leave
it.
the live,
I'm
Mom.
not saying you have live glass at your
No.
house.
No.
I'm saying the reason we
happening.
do not judge.
Absolute. No.
Mom.
You cannot come over here on this platform and start talking about throwing stones on. Ain't no glass windows here in Buffalo.
Okay, Mike. I'm not
Okay,
saying that you
no.
have glass in Buffalo. I'm not
Confessions.
saying you
That's
have glass in
Goody.
Buffalo.
I
I'm
need
telling you
you.
why people do not
No,
judge.
I'm
I'm
not
telling
no
you why
people.
people
I
do
am
not
mod.
judge.
I remain the undisputed.
Okay,
Don't do that.
nobody's dispute.
Don't do
I'm
that.
not dispute. Don't do what, man?
No. Let me finish. You're not gonna come over here telling me I'm throwing glasses.
I didn't say you. I did not say you.
You
I did not say you.
that comment over there.
I said the reason we don't.
Goody.
I said the reason we don't
Goody.
judge is because we run the risk
I don't
of
run
throwing
any risk.
stones at a
I
glass
do
house.
not run any risk. I raise my 3 children. I will never put their business on social media. And this is what I'm saying.
You want to
don't
know what I'll
care.
say to you,
I
Mom?
do not care about what Melody and Martell and everybody does outside. This particular situation, I am saying she had no rights
And I agree with
to
you.
put a no. But you agree with me, but then you continue saying that you are throwing glass.
I did not say you. I want you to do me a
have to
favor.
mention me.
I need you to take a
You
step
don't
back
have to
because this
mention
is
me,
not a personal
but you
attack
cannot
on you.
come
This
over
is a
here.
discussion about Melody and Martell and their family. I'm not discussing Maud and I'm not discussing Maud's family. I'm discussing Martell and Melody and the reason why we should step back for a second. I wasn't saying you had
I'm not
glasses
stepping
on.
back.
Yes,
I am
no,
not
please,
stepping
no,
back.
please.
I'm not stepping back for any mother who has carried 9 months. You carried your child for 9 months. And what even makes it complicated is this is the only son you have.
Oh,
This is
okay.
the only son you have.
Would
And
it
you're
be
going to come
different
here
if it was a daughter?
blasting us about a credit card?
Again, no, I did not like it. I thought it was cringe. What I'm saying to you is, this is the position she was put in. She was put in a position where she was saying nothing, period. All she was doing was taking her children out, feeding her children, and dancing with her children. She wakes up one day, and Martell has told the world she's a bad mother, she's a terrible mother, and she's doing all of these unfair things. So she then is under a microscope from her perspective. What we can all say is that we have never been under that much scrutiny walking the streets. Now, that said, when she started telling us everything she was doing, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it, because we watching TV, they in court. We're watching TV, they are in court. So she's like, damn, this man's making it seem like X, Y, and Z. And if I don't say anything, when I go to court, I got to answer for what I didn't say. And the school of public opinion, perception becomes reality quick. So what she starts doing, and it didn't start when she was talking about Tank. It started when he went to the school and said, I would never miss my children's first day of school. What he had the children. It was his duty to take them to school. She had to go down to the school to show she was at the school. Then she had to show that she was taking them lunch, because now they're being petty, going back and forth. The children are going to suffer. But when she's under this scrutiny and trying to be transparent, she went too far. But sometimes we go too far. What we are seeing as extreme and intense, we don't know what our children deem to be extreme and intense. I don't tell my son that I'm on lives and on YouTube. That's a 25-year-old man. But I know that there may be times I'm saying things that he will be embarrassed about. And it will not be him being ashamed of something I'm saying about her. It could be something as simple as the fact that I am his mother and he doesn't want me speaking in public and I am embarrassing. Because it could be the most simple thing. You may never come out and say, my son did X, Y, and Z to the public, but you will never know how your son feels about the fact that you're on live drinking. You could be like, we don't really drink like that. Why is my mother on live drinking?
I'm not
so
extending.
embarrassed.
I am not. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a damn.
You don't care about what?
I have a question. Why does this particular thing? Because it seems like this thing bothers you more than anything. Why is this such a touchy subject for you, Mama?
Because we are fighting so much out here. And for you,
who is you?
Melody, to add to this, cheaters, the stereotype, yes. You have followers. For you to come over here and expose your young son, the only son you have.
I need to ask the question. Would it be different if it was the daughters? Because it's children, period. It's not
I don't
just
care. I don't care who it is. It's a black child.
There.
It's a black child. We are exposing. We already. I was at the pool with my children the other day.
I have a little echo going on, my.
I'm gonna leave and then I'm gonna come back.
You sound better now, though.
Okay. I was saying. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you fine now.
I was at the pool the other day, and My kids were playing at the pool. Okay.
Welcome, Marilyn Walker. You're new.
My kids were playing at the pool. And next to me, I was outside, watching my kids. And right next to me was a family of a white family. My kids, my youngest is 8 years old. By the look, I was looking at this kids, the family that was sitting, which was white, was like, I would say 5, 6. And this 5-year-old said, you know what? Mom, that little black kid. And to that I'm saying, we are already against so much power. So much. We cannot allow ourselves to entertain this nonsense. We cannot feed to the fire. Melody with her melometers and everybody that she has done that. The flower girl on Ready to Love, she has done that.
Okay, Ma, can I ask you a question?
Live. And unfortunately, I think, as an immigrant, I have gone through so much.
Monique, stop with your foolishness, Monique.
Wait a minute. There are things that I call bullshit. There are things that I don't allow my energy.
Okay, man. I want you to no. You're echoing again, so I do want you to leave and come back out so we can hear you better.
When Mod comes back, I want to ask this question. Maybe you will get it across. Today, Martell told the world that the same son was having problems at school and needed counseling. Is that not as bad? It may not be. The credit thing was extreme. I'm not going to say that wasn't. But Mod, you're back. I have a question. Today, Martell told the world, everyone watching, because everyone's watching, that Tank was having problems in school, which is also a black boy stereotype, and needed therapy and counseling. What of that? Because what's actually happening?
What's the big deal? What is the big deal?
That's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to put his school business on Front Street.
No, it's not.
How is that not a big deal?
I think it's a black stereotype as well. The same way stealing and thievery is a black stereotype. Black boys doing poorly in school.
You know what?
Is a black stereotype.
Let me go pee.
Okay, have a break. Okay, was that one of the
yes,
he wrote in one of his stories?
Yes,
we are a few minutes in, and I still haven't even got to the stories yet. So when I come back,
we'll get it. No, we won't.
So this is actually
no, we won't. We're not gonna get into the story. The beauty of Maud is her passion.
Absolutely.
Because she's very passionate about this, and she's very passionate about Black children not being stereotyped.
And I
thoroughly understand. When I heard Mel do that, it felt cringe. I am not so much a fan of anybody that everything they do, not Michael Jackson even, right?
Absolutely.
That said, what they're doing is they are using their children as stones. They're hurting themselves, hurting one another and themselves with their children.
Absolutely.
And I personally think, although what Mel did, that was a very extreme, that maybe made her catch up. I do believe that Martell is more guilty. Another thing I want to say about the parenting, these children were passionate about not wanting to see their parents date anybody else just yet.
True.
Correct.
True.
Very passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
They were crying.
Yes.
They vocalized it.
Yes, they
They
did.
did not want to see their parents dating.
True. Absolutely.
All of the children should have.
You're back.
No, welcome back, Ma. And Maud, I'm glad that you're passionate. I'm glad that you're passionate. I am not mad at your passion. And sometimes I just poke the bear a bit. But I understand exactly what you're saying. These children were 100% against their parents dating. That's not to say that single parents shouldn't date. But that is to say that knowing how passionate that wasn't even 2 years ago that these children were like, we don't want that. We don't want that. We need to be mindful, especially as it relates to dating. We have to be mindful of what we do to our children. I'm not saying that adults who are single shouldn't date, but I'm saying that when your children vocalize to you that that's not something they want to see, and it's not something they want to hear about. And this isn't a defense of, I'm not a millimeter or whatever. I'm a model meter. That's who I am. I'm a model meter.
I know that.
Right? So when Mel says, I don't know if I gave fellatio, that ain't for us. The internet is forever. And these children are watching the internet. That ain't for us, and that ain't to be innocent. That's to not have an uncomfortable discussion with her children, an unnecessarily uncomfortable discussion with her children. When she tried to dip out and have a secret day after romance breakfast down to the Waffle House, that is her trying to be discreet so that her children don't feel like they have violated. That they have been violated because you asked us what you needed. You asked us directly, what do you need from us in order for this breakup to be good for you?
But how are you gonna ask? Is there some
you have to ask children, because you have to ask children, hey, this is happening. How can we make this less traumatic for you? And the one thing these children said, we don't want to see none of this dating. We want y'all to get back together. You have to move gingerly.
But do you know what I have a problem with?
Mm-hmm.
Is there some echo?
That might be me because I'm not on my microphone. So I'm a mute.
Yeah, mute. Okay, good. Do you know what I have a problem with? This is the problem I have. That because so many women have been hurt, we are quick to associate ourselves with Melody. Melody is not innocent. Melody knows what she's doing. Melody,
I have a question.
Mute. Let me finish. Melody is as a thug as they come, as Martell is a thug. The two of them are doing this and they're hurting their children. Melody, a mother who carried her child for 9 months, a black son in America, in a Trump America, and you're coming to expose himself. He wrote some credit card. We need you open it. There's not openness that we needed. You are sabotaging your son. What are you saying about your son? Your son is writing stuff. Listen, I have 2 sons. I have found them and I have met them doing shit that my mouth is shameful to speak on. And you have the audacity to type on your story? What are you trying to gain?
So let me say this. So when she did that story, her intentions was it was okay. We can all agree that was very cringe.
Oh, look at you!
We can all
So
agree.
you're now extending grace to her, but I have
Mom,
never.
you know me.
I have
It's
never
not
seen
about
you.
extending
I
grace.
have never seen you
I
extend
see
grace.
both sides. I see both sides. It's not about me extending grace. That's never. First of all, I'm never the one to extend grace either or not, because I say as neutral as possible, and I'm going to speak my mind, good or bad, on each side. Okay. So what I am saying is, okay, when she wrote or put out whatever she put out, her intention was to not bash her son. Her intention was to not bash her black son.
How do you know that?
Of course, that's how it came
How
off.
do you know that?
That's how it came off. Well, I would hope it wasn't, because when
How
she
do you
had
know
to
that?
double
Why
back
are you over here?
and speak about it when everyone had something to say,
Confessions.
those were not her intentions. And even when she did talk about it, that's not how she came off. And again, I'm not saying it was right, because no, I would not have done that. Let that be known. That is not what I have done. But I am saying, when she wrote that, her intentions was to show how she parents. She had to show and tell the situation in order to show and tell how she reacted to it. She is talking about her reaction to the situation.
That is so.
Not the situation herself.
So, listen.
But you want to keep on
so
the whole
funny.
fact of the situation.
Confessions.
And that's not what
Let
this
me ask
was
you a
about for
question,
her.
because I didn't finish this thought. Is it traumatic for the kids in bad parenting for Martell to be running around with now 2 women after his children have asked that they not see that?
Yes, it is.
Okay. That said, we're talking about their parenting. It will never benefit a child when the 2 parents are at war and do not focus on the child. I have a 25-year-old son. I was 21, 22. I had just turned 22 when his father and I broke up. I was hurt. His father was hurt because I initiated the breakup, because his father said he was confused. And I said, if you are confused, I'm not confused, because I don't need it to be any flippity flop as it relates to this child moving forward. Right? So
I love it. Go ahead, Goody. Go ahead with your wisdom. Go ahead, Goody.
We were both hurt. The one thing I could not do, I said, okay, I'm hurt. I can't even, when I focused on the hurt, my son is 25. When he went away to school, and I was like, I don't even have to see this fool anymore. Now his father and I get along famously, but I couldn't even focus on the pain. I had to focus on my son. And he and I sat down and we were like, if our son is anything to us, he is a business we want to be successful, and we have to pour into that business. And I can't worry about what you're doing, and you can't worry about what I'm doing. That we have never had any drama. That man did run down on me, because men will do foolishness and get up in your face. One time I was going on a date, and this man he wanted to talk to me, and he had keys. My mom gave him keys to the house, and he tormented the date I had by opening the door all slow with the keys, so the man knew that he was going up in the house. You follow what I'm saying? He made sure the man knew. And he was like, we need to talk right now. I was like, well, I can't talk now. I'm going out. I'll be right here when you get back. That man was sitting in the same spot on my porch when I got back.
Really, BTV, welcome, darling.
Hey, really, B. And I can't
y'all.
even tell you what he wanted to talk about.
What's on your mind? Thank you for coming through.
Well, thank you, and thank you for letting me up. I just clicked the link. You ain't invite me. I just invited myself, but so thank you for letting me up.
You're always welcome.
Well, thank you. I just was following. I was in y'all live the other night, and I was following the story, and I'm listening, and I just think there's enough blame to go around with both of these parents. I think both of these parents have set out to destroy each other, and the children have become collateral damage. And I just think there's enough blame on both parts. And I'll start from the beginning, because I've been watching this show from the first episode. I've had some inside tea. I have a friend who was dating one of Martell's friends, so I was getting inside information, you know, from the beginning almost. And, you know, there's just enough to go on both sides. And even though Martell ultimately, in my opinion, is the ultimate culprit because of the cheating and all of that, but again, you know, it's just enough to go on both sides. And I think what's transpired over the last 2 days is really sad. You know, because the kids are old enough now to see the internet. School, I don't know about in Huntsville, but in my area, school starts tomorrow. And can you imagine being one of those kids after the weekend that their parents just had showing up to your first day of school tomorrow? And can you imagine what's being said in the households in Huntsville?
Right. Right.
You know, yes. And so I just think there's enough. I mean, I hear your passion, Ma. I do. But I really just think, I don't think anybody is absolved in this situation. I
never did. I never did.
No. I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying what I'm saying is I hear your passion. And I'm not saying you did one way or the other. I'm just saying I hear your passion. But, you know, from where I sit, like I said, Melody is no angel. Martell is certainly no angel. And I just think that, unfortunately, I don't think either one of them are truly thinking about their kids.
Right.
Not ultimately. I think both of them love their kids. I don't question.
Not in a way that matters to the kids' livelihood, health, and
yeah. Because even when Martell made the comment about because I heard you say this Confessions a few minutes ago, even when Martell made the comment about his son needing counseling, and he was like, my son don't need no counseling, he just needs his dad. No, your son needs counseling because y'all have played this out in public, and the children, by collateral damage, have had to play this out in public because y'all have put a camera in their face throughout this whole process. And all of their asses need to be in counseling if you really want to know the truth of the matter. And so, you know, it's just I don't know. It's sad.
But real B. Did Melody had to put that post and let the whole America know?
What is the post that you're so upset about? Because I didn't come in at the very beginning.
I'm extremely mad.
I know, but
let me explain it so you can take a breather for a second.
Yeah,
so
I came in late.
Talking about post. Melody made a post talking about her parenting. She told how Tank, she got out the car, got some gas, and when she got back in the car, Tank had a pen in his hand. She figured something was up, so she just asked him, "What are you doing with the pen?" And he told her right then and there and showed her that he had wrote down her credit card number, her CVC number, however you call it, and the expiration date because he wanted to buy some games. She then later made another post like minutes later showing that she ended up going to get him the games. She sat him down or whatever, told him, "This is not how you have to do in order to get what you want. Just ask." She was making the point of saying, "See, you don't have to, do all these outlandish things, yell at your kids, hit your kids or whatever in order to discipline them. All you have to do is talk to them and that's how she parents."
She is feeding.
When she put that out there, she got backlash. YouTubers started making videos and comments talking about what she did, and she had some negative feedback, positive feedback.
They were saying that he was being like his thieving ass daddy.
So she came
back.
She said like
and explained why she did what she did and what her point was. It was not to put Tank out there on display for what he did, but to simply show how she parents and how she navigates doing
Melody is not as famous as Mariah Carey. Melody is not famous as Beyonce. We don't need to know how your parents sing. You can't come over here.
Okay, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, so let me ask this question. So why does that upset you so much, Mom?
That's what I asked.
You know why it does? Because Millimeters, she has her fan base, and instead, she only has one son.
Mm-hmm.
She only has one son.
When he asked if it mattered, if it was the son or the daughters, and you said it didn't, right? Or
it did not, but it did not matter. But she only has one son, though.
Okay.
And listen, there are so many times I have done things that my husband, who is a big dude guy, black, will never do those things. And the police have let me go because I'm a black woman, but my husband will never let me go. They will never let my husband go. He's a big guy, a black big guy. And that is the question. That is the problem I have with her. I have two sons. The way I raise my two sons is not the way I'm gonna raise my black, beautiful African daughter. The expectations that this country has for my daughter is not the same. It's not the same expectation that they're gonna have with my black two sons. And you're feeding this narrative. And for you, who over here try to say you're empowering black women, you're gonna have to start with Judea. The Bible talks about Judea. Start with your household. We don't care. Listen, Beyonce, you're not the most famous. You're not the most famous. Don't come over here exposing your son, who is already going through so much because of your divorce. Your son who was crying, saying, I don't want you guys to separate. And on top of that, there's no empathy. There's no extending of empathy, extending of kindness, extending of grace.
So what you bring up Beyonce a lot. So if Beyonce were to do this, how would that make you feel? What's the difference?
The same way I'm feeling right now.
Okay, so go ahead.
Because I would hope, and it don't care who it is. As long as you're black, you know the struggle. As long as you're black, you know how hard we have to fight. How hard we have to fight. And that's the problem I had with the flower girl. You know how hard we have to fight.
Okay, so you're upset because Melody. Wait a minute.
I'm upset that she exposed her son, who has no voice, to counteract.
Okay,
say, you know what?
You're upset that she exposed her son.
Yes.
As doing something that all kids do.
Yes. And what are you telling? Don't come over here telling us.
Huh? No,
But real B, you cannot say that though. You cannot say that I'm upset because of her exposing something that all kids do. It's not all kids. Listen, I have been into these places. You gotta to be a naive.
What I mean by all kids. No, listen to what I'm saying. Maud, listen, please.
Okay, Maud, listen. Just listen.
I'm not, when I say all kids do, I'm not saying that exact same scenario. But I understand maybe she didn't have to tell the story, but I don't think it was done with any malice. I think she was trying to show Because for me, the bigger problem for me in
And
that
that's a
scenario,
problem.
here's
That's a problem.
the bigger problem for me, I'm talking about me. The bigger problem for me in that scenario is you're trying to pay, again, you're trying to win. And you're trying to paint Martell as this monster who beats his kids,
Right.
while you're this, I just talk to them and you don't have to solve it like that. But my thing is, he's the same guy that you were married to. So did you not have a problem with his discipline style when y'all were married? Because I don't believe that Martell just decided to start being this person after y'all got divorced. Like, I don't believe that. I believe this is who he's always been. So,
But real big.
Yes.
Do you believe prior to the divorce? Okay, prior to the divorce, forget about what we have seen after the divorce. Did you believe that Martell was a good dad?
I don't know. I don't know either one of them.
No. From what we saw.
From what I saw, I don't know. I don't feel like I saw enough for me to know that. I mean, I'm not trying to be difficult. I
want to interject something
on the show. They don't.
I want to interject something. We have to get to a point where we stop giving people accolades
for doing what they're supposed to do.
Doing what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Because Martell wants accolades for being a hands-on dad. Well, you're supposed to be a hands-on dad. Melody wants accolades for being a good mom. Well, hell, you're supposed to be a good mom. So I don't have enough information. Sorry, I'm trying to get ready for bed while I'm talking to y'all. But I don't have enough information, really, about either one of them, because honestly,
none of them looking good in these streets for these kids now.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, I don't think you're a good dad if you're running around cheating on your wife, because
with a senior citizen,
whatever time that you found to spend with your mistress was time you were taken away from your family. So I don't know if you're a good dad. Maybe, you weren't there some nights that Melody needed you. Maybe the kids were giving her a hard time. Maybe she was having had a bad day at work. Maybe she was having a moment and she needed a time out, and you weren't there that night because you was running around with your mistress. So I don't know if you're a good dad, because again, that's subjective. That's subjective to what your definition of a good dad is. See, it's not limited to whether you're spending time with your kids or whether you take your kids out. It's the whole package. Yeah, or providing. It's the whole package. It's the whole, and vice versa. I mean, Mel said that Melody was out trying to, do her thing. And so there were a lot of times when she wasn't home. But again, I grew up in a 2-parent household where both of my parents worked 2 jobs. I was a latchkey kid.
Same.
So to me, there's a difference if Melody wasn't home because she was out working and grinding and trying to create a better life for her kids versus Martell out, sleeping around. Now, I don't know any of that to be true. That's the picture that both of them are trying to paint to us. Nobody knows but the two of them.
The one thing that really sticks with me is how at 22 and 23, my son's father and I were able to navigate this co-parenting terrain. And 2 30-something and 40-something-year-old people, 2 grown-ass adults who done lived some life, who have more resources than I surely had at 22. I mean, I was living with my parents and Martell living with his. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to understand how somebody in their late 30s and somebody in their 40s is having a hard time navigating this co-parenting terrain, which all it requires is that you put your children's best interest first. I'm having a hard time grasping this concept of why it's so difficult for them to, if you can't do it, get somebody in the room and mediate the hell out of it.
And I'm gonna be honest. I mean, because obviously, as someone who does YouTube, obviously you've given us plenty to talk about. You know what I mean? We are all eating off of Melody and Martell this weekend. So I would be a liar I would be a hypocrite, I should say, if I was going to sit here and be like, oh my gosh. But the flip side of it is, the non-blogger side of me is, both y'all asses is wrong. We should not know this much about what y'all got going on, period. None of us should know this much about what y'all got going on. And I'm going to be honest, and for the mellow meters in the room, or who might look at this video, they're going to be mad at me, and that's fine. I don't care. But for me, this starts with Melody. And I'm going to tell you why it starts with Melody. Because Melody made it her business to put Martell's business out there. If you go back to episode 1, season 1, the last 15 minutes of the episode, Melody made it her business to let the world know that Martell was a cheater. And that's where it started. Now, let me be clear. I'm not making an excuse for Martell cheating, but we would have known if Melody had not decided. And you could see that she made it a point for us as the viewing audience to know about their marital problems. You could tell that she was going out of her way to put that out there because it didn't even fit in the conversation they were having. It came out of left field, the conversation. And so it started from episode 1, season 1, and it has continued to dissolve from there. So, you know, I guess I have to say, is you again, this is probably gonna piss some people off, but it is what it is. You sacrifice your family for the life you have now. Because make no mistake, Melody has made a good living off of this show. She has been able to build a semi-empire off of this show. But at what cost? And I mean,
the cost of a marriage that wasn't worth staying in. Again, the children become casualties. They, the children take a hit, but at the same time, you cheating on me, I'm cheating on you. First of all, I'm from Barbados. We don't get divorced. That's why I'm not married now. I'm 47. I'm not married because I know that thing don't stop. You stay married, period. Right? It's something she did, but at the same time, from a woman, the perspective of women, we don't know what happened before them cameras went on and they started recording. That could have been the moment that Ariane was calling and being an asshole. It didn't make sense. And it was season 1, episode 1. And it didn't make sense. And Martell did not expect it. He was like, yo, what's going on here?
Not only did Martell not expect it, but I'm about to defend Letitia right now, too. And I'm going to tell you why I'm getting ready to defend Letitia. She ain't, Letitia irritates me. Oh, is that me making that noise? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Goody, mute yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you why I'm getting ready to defend Letitia right now. Not only did Melody blindside Martell, but she blindsided Letitia because they were told that they weren't going to discuss that. And so when Melody brought it up, you could see that Kimmy and Letitia were like, the fuck? Because they weren't expecting that. And then when Melody had that conversation with Letitia and was like, well, you didn't come and check on me. And yeah, me and Martell were separated and nobody checked on me. Letitia was like, okay, I'm confused because y'all said we weren't talking about it. And now she wants to have a whole scene about it and then make me the bad guy because I was such a bad friend. So listen, let's be clear. Like, and again, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying Letitia's innocent either because Letitia got her stuff with her too. But I'm just going back to season 1. She took everybody by surprise. Nobody was ready for it because they had said they weren't talking about it.
Right.
But there's also the truth. The reality is that if it's her story to tell, they were surprised. But
it is her story. The timing, though.
Okay, the time is right.
Checking you, boo. I agree, and that's why I'm saying I wasn't there.
Goody, mute
There
yourself.
clearly there clearly were problems in their marriage long before there was a love and marriage Huntsville. Like, let's be clear. And I also feel like the affair was a result and not a cause. In most marriages, the affair is the result and not the cause. And I'm not defending it because I'm not going to defend an affair, but it, I don't think Martell just woke up one day and said, "Oh, I'm so happy. I love my wife so much. We have such a great life. Let me go start a relationship." And I'm gonna tell you why. And this is going to probably upset some people when I say this. But there's a difference between a one night stand. I went out with the boys. I got drunk. I fell into some poo poo. Oh, I'm sorry, versus you have an ongoing relationship. They were feeling, as much as we make fun of coleslaw, there were feelings involved. They were together. They were a couple. They were dating. All of Huntsville knew about this relationship. He bought her a car. You know understand what I'm saying? They went on vacations together. This wasn't no, oh, I went to the strip club and met somebody, or I was out with the boys one night and no, this was a whole full blown relationship that Melody knew about. Melody knew about it before the show even started. She knew who Ariane was. She knew everything about Ariane. Her and Ariane had all kinds of altercations. Oh yeah, Melody and her girls drove up to Ariane's house when she had moved back to Ohio and drove up there one night to jump her ass. Like, I got tea. Oh, I got tea. So this didn't just start, and so that's why I'm saying, like, it's a lot to go around. It's a lot to go around. So I listen.
Relationships happen, and I don't even get
Real big,
frustrated.
go ahead, real big, go ahead.
Oh,
Spill the
okay,
tea.
man, I'm talking.
I
I
love
don't
it.
get frustrated because relationships happen and there's breakdown between people. I actually am the cheat. I have been known to be the cheater. So I'm not going to be like, oh, it's the most wrong thing you can do. However, there's ways that you go about doing things. For me, I start having a problem when Ariane starts going online and bashing Mel. That's not your place, ma'am. You sit down. That's where I start having the problem. And when she's allowed to do it. And then I start having problem with the duplicity of it all. Mel can't say, "Oh, I found out I want to change my name, and that's where I found out I was in a custody battle." Mel can't say that, but Ariane could say that he was licking her bottom, and she got video of him spending the night. Like, there's something wrong there. There's something wrong there. We need to understand what that is. And every time I wake up and see that they have something going on, I'm like, damn. Again, them, granted, YouTubers are gonna eat off of this, and
You're
that's
not
Yeah.
fine.
Oh,
out.
we gonna eat.
I told you.
Oh,
But
we
I'm so
gonna eat.
tired of them. I'm so tired of them. Just let the show come on and let the show air. They have an entirely separate show that goes on. I don't know how Carlos allows it, but because he's allowed it, I expect to see more of this in other reality shows. Because it definitely makes bank and it definitely makes people tune in. I expect to see more of this messiness on the back end on other reality shows. And I'm exhausted by the drama. I'm
But
tired of them.
but you know what I say? Goody, this is what I say on my channel all the time. I say when I'm reviewing a reality TV show and real life pops in, I said this is where reality TV meets reality.
Yeah.
Because sometimes real life happens while the cameras are rolling. And this is a situation where, on some reality shows, they throw people together who don't have a past, who don't have relationships with each other, and you kind of just get it pieced together. But in this situation, these are people who were friends before the show. They have stories, they have experiences, they have relationships, and this is real stuff. So it doesn't stop when the cameras stop because it's their real life. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, the
Carlos
game
lets it
barely stop anyway.
right, and Carlos lets it go because of this. This is bringing right. Listen again. nobody, when I say, well, I'm not gonna say nobody, that's a strong word. There were not there were not a lot of YouTubers following and reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville season 1, because I was one of the few people that was doing it. It was not a lot, and it's no disrespect to the bigger YouTubers, but a lot of the bigger YouTubers were not reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know when they started reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville? When it started getting all of this traction because of all of the drama that was going on off screen. When the Melody and Martell thing started heating up, that is when you started seeing a whole lot of the bigger YouTubers picking up Love and Marriage Huntsville. And again, it's no disrespect to anybody who didn't pick it up. I'm just saying, as a smaller YouTuber, I was there. I was there. And then by season 2, I started seeing everybody was reviewing it. I said, but because of the buzz, because of all of the off-camera drama. So as a producer, Carlos King is loving it. That's why he doesn't stop it.
Oh,
that's why he's not gonna say. It's the same thing with Andy Cohen over on Bravo. When the housewives are fighting on Instagram and all of that. Now publicly, he might have to say what he has to say for PR purposes, but he's loving that shit. The Real Housewives of Potomac was not a fan favorite until Monique, until that season when we found out that Monique and Candace got into a fight. Baby, from the minute we found out, from the minute we found out that Monique and Candace got into a fight and that little bit of footage leaked, everybody was waiting for that season to happen. And then once that season happened, will happen. Those were the highest ratings that the Real Housewives of Potomac got, and they've been on a roll ever since. So
absolutely.
When you are producing a show, you don't, I mean, again, I hate to say it like this, but you don't care about these people's real lives. You care about your numbers. You care about who's watching. You care about getting renewed for another season.
But if the little the Love and Hip Hop start doing this behind the scenes thing, we gonna see it's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing, because
the problem with, so here's the difference, in my opinion. Here's the difference with the Love and Hip Hops of the world. A lot of them don't have real relationships. So they're not really hanging together when the cameras aren't running. That's why you don't hear a lot about them until it's getting ready to be a new. You can always tell when a new season getting ready to start up. Because you start hearing stuff and you start seeing stuff on social media. A lot of these people aren't friends in real life on these shows. So you don't hear about stuff until it's time to promote the show. But because Love and Marriage Huntsville, these are real people who were friends, who have real relationships with each other, and they see each other all the time. They said, you can go down to Black and find somebody from the cast at Black almost every day. They're really there. They're really running these businesses. Like, it's not just a front. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at, even look at the Real Housewives. When you look at the Real Housewives of Atlanta, a couple of them are cool, but they don't really hang together like that in real life. A couple of them do, but as a group, as a collective, Marlo don't hang out with no damn Drew.
No.
You know, Candy in real life, Candy is cool with Kenya in real life, and in real life, Candy is cool with who's the other one on there she's cool with in real life. But for real, when do you really see them together like that? But for the Love and Marriage Huntsville, they always together. You have two brothers that are married. They're going to hang together. You see where Martell and Marceau used to be business partners. Like, these are real relationships.
Right. They had all
that scene at one point. That scene in season 2 where Martell was about to fight Marceau, that was real. That wasn't for the camera. Martell really was about to put his hands on Marceau. Like, that was real. Because we're talking about real friends. They were real friends that had a real relationship. And Martell was real.
You're absolutely right. And that is the case with this group. You know, that's why you see so much going on when the cameras aren't rolling, or when it's on hiatus, because they really do have real bonds and they are real friends. They do have things going on when the cameras ain't rolling. You know, they were real enemies before the cameras started rolling.
Yeah. Yep. And you see, look at what happened as soon as we heard about that fight. last couple of weeks ago, well, about a couple of months ago now, when we heard about that big fight and all of the YouTubers was running to YouTube to make videos, myself included. What did we see 2 days later? Maurice, Marceau, Letitia, and Kimmy, they was on a group vacation. That vacation had already been planned. Why? Because they friends in real life.
Exactly.
They didn't do that vacation just because of the fight.
Yeah.
That vacation was already planned. They were going on that vacation one way or the other.
Yeah.
And so when so that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, we got off topic, and I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot. I hope I'm not taking over. I hope I ain't making nobody mad.
I love when you come here, so don't apologize.
No, I know, but I mean, but your people in the chat might be like,
no, actually,
some grace.
But but to go back to the original statement about Martell and Melody, like I said, I'll be honest with y'all, because I knew a lot of the behind the scenes, a lot of the stuff I knew in the beginning has come out now.
Yeah.
Like, and if you go back, I wouldn't even be able to tell you where to find it now. But I did a whole video spilling the tea. I did a whole video because like I said, my girl was dating one of Martell's really good friends. And he would tell her stuff and she was telling me stuff. And I was like, what? What? Because a lot of it was stuff that wasn't public. For example, at the time that I told my subscribers, I said, Melody and Martell weren't even together when the show was picked up. They were already separated. They got back together to film the show. Well, we know that now, but at the time, nobody knew that. And even the whole Arion thing, we knew that Martell had cheated, but we didn't know how deep that Arion thing had gotten. So now a lot of that stuff is already out now because people talked or whatever. But in the beginning, I had a lot of sympathy for Martell because I knew a lot of what was going on behind the scenes as far as Melody is concerned. But Martell does such a bad job of presenting himself that he doesn't make himself look like he would do better to just shut up. I really wish he would. Because he doesn't do himself any favors.
And shut Ariane up as well. If they would just shut up.
The problem with the Arion thing is I don't know, she must be his kryptonite because he just can't stay away from her. If he had left her, and I'm not saying take care of his child or whatever, but if he had really truly stopped dealing with her, we wouldn't be interested in what she had because she wouldn't have anything new to tell us. But the fact that he keeps going back and he's clearly pillow talking because she does know certain things. And he does keep going back and forth to her. Again, he does it to himself. Who would care about what Ariana had to say if the last time she talked, if the last intimate relationship or conversation she had with Martell was a year ago? She wouldn't know nothing.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Exactly. We all know what he's doing. See, a lot of this, I feel Martell knows what he's doing when he goes back to her. Now that he knows that if he tells her something, she will in fact go out and say it. I feel that he makes it his business to tell her certain things. So the fact that she will, and
That's
then
true.
everything else that comes out is just a oops, because he doesn't intend for her to find out everything, but other people find out what's going on. Like the fact about him and Cherie. She didn't like that. So what does she do? She bashes him. Any other time she's came out and bashed everybody else on the cast. Never him. But now that it's about him doing something with another female, now it's about him that she wants to bash. When she found out that it was no longer good for her, the fact that, Melody had all the money, and now that he's not willing to be that, up forth with her, giving her the money, buying her a house, buying her a car, paying for a car, it's not benefiting her much anymore. So now it's sad that is his kryptonite because it's not doing good for him, and sometimes it does do good for him. But now it's doing more harm than good because he's not with her like that, like she thought she would. And she's starting to realize that she is, in fact, just the other chick.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought she had one leg up on Melody once upon a time. And that's the only reason why I felt like she felt comfortable talking about her the way that she did. But now that she sees that she doesn't have that leg up, now it's a different story. Now you just see her saying that, oh, I was wrong for that, and I don't blame her for that. And yeah, don't sleep with a married man.
And
But
see,
yet,
I put that on Martell.
Too, because she keep taking him back. She let him back in her bed.
Oh,
she let him lick her bottom and all of that.
Because she wants Martell. She wants the life that she saw Martell have with Mel. She wants that. And unfortunately, she doesn't realize that if he did it to Mel, he'll do it to you. But she wants that because she's in love with him, and she is young. I mean, I know she's not as young as but she is young and she's in love with him. And the reason why she felt empowered to talk to Melody the way she did is because Martell allowed her to feel empowered to talk to Melody the
Don't
way
you
she
feel like Martell this weekend? Martell has cut out the middleman of going at Mel and just
Right.
and rendered her kind of useless. Because I haven't really seen her going live this weekend, did she?
Not yet. But I'm sure
So you see what I'm saying? So it's like he cut out the middleman. We not in cahoots anymore. You done told the people I'm licking your bottom and you got me on the ring camera. All right, we not in cahoots anymore. I'ma just do it myself.
Right.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Right. Well, look, I could do this all night, y'all, but I gotta go to bed. I have work tomorrow.
So happy first day of school, baby.
I know, right? It's the first day of school. Look, I was trying to be in bed an hour ago, but
I want to hear. Have you done a video about your trip? Because I want to hear everything.
I did the video.
Can you mute?
Oh, sorry. Good. I did the video on my trip. I did it Friday. So if you go back and you look at it's called Story Time, my trip to France or something like that. So yeah, I did that on Friday. I talked about my trip to France, and if you're a member on my channel, I did an unboxing of a haul review of all the stuff I bought when I was in France. So you can see the stuff that I bought if you're a member on my channel. It's a members only video. But yeah, go check it out. I had a good time in France. I definitely did. I was sick. I ended up having to go to urgent care. That's why I was Saturday.
How are you feeling?
I feel so much better. I must have had an infection or something because my asthma was acting up, and I had a respiratory infection, and so they gave me antibiotics and a new inhaler. And I feel, oh my gosh, because I didn't think I was gonna make it to work. The way I felt Friday when I left work, I was like, I ain't gonna make it on Monday, but I do. I feel a lot better. So I'm going in there to deal with the churn tomorrow.
Glad.
Listen, I am so happy. I'm glad that you're feeling good. Listen, me and Ruby,
I ain't dealing with you, Mom.
I really do. You gotta bring your ass back on this platform. I know I be late and stuff, but when you
I hop on when I can, girl. I hop on when I can. Have you talked to your stalker lately?
Stalker,
Mark.
You know what? Now that you bring him up, I'm gonna stalk him tomorrow. I'm gonna inbox him tomorrow. I ain't talked to him like.
You know what you need to do? You know what you need to do, Mod? I should tell you this off camera, but I'll just go ahead and say it because I'll forget. Child, I'm about to go to bed. I'll forget by tomorrow. I know you need to reach out and see if you can interview some of the cast from Young, Famous, and African. I think that would be a great.
I've been doing that. I'm
trying to tell her.
Yeah. Because look, I want to reach out to Swanky. I would love to talk. I love him.
Oh my gosh,
I love him.
Friend, reach out to him, and I'm also gonna listen because you're not celebrated at home.
I love him. I love Swanky.
They might
want it because he's real active on his social media, and I've commented on stuff, and he's liked it or reposted it, so he's real cool.
I'm glad for you to reach out to him because listen, in Africa, they want to be exposed to the America, so they might not be quick to me as they would love to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I would love. Listen, I would celebrate you interviewing him. I would love that. So go ahead, try it
I would
out.
love to. I just think I just love his
He's
style.
amazing. He's
I
amazing.
love his style. Child, I follow him on Instagram, and he is just fabulous all the fucking time. He is fabulous. Okay. Anyway, let me go, y'all, because
I
I can
love
do
you,
this. Look, I
everybody.
get to talking
For
again.
coming through, really be you always welcome.
Well, thank
Yes.
you, ladies. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you to the
You have a
chat.
great day
Thank
tomorrow.
you,
Y'all
Ruby.
are everybody, y'all are sweet, and I'll talk to y'all later. Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
night.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
That is really me, y'all. Really be
Listen,
CC. If
me
y'all don't
and
already follow her,
me,
please do.
me
She is
and
amazing,
Ruby.
and I love her. And she is also
Confessions.
on the Ready to Love Ready to Love panel with Kamisha Reviews. So make sure
And
y'all
me,
follow her.
and me and Ruby are always on the same page.
Okay, y'all. So we need to get into the text messages. We still ain't got to the text messages that Martell put. So let's get back on track and let's get through these text messages, shall we?
I'm gonna
Wait,
go
are
back
we not
to
done?
because I might
We are
fall
not done.
asleep. Huh?
We are not done.
No, you wanted to go in on Mel. So we didn't get to it.
I'm going down to the chat before I fall asleep on y'all and
No,
be
no, no, no,
snoring.
no,
Thanks
no,
for coming through, baby
no,
girl. I
no.
appreciate you.
Goody. No, Goody is not going anywhere.
Oh,
I thought I was the big sister.
oh,
Goody is not allowed to go anywhere
Oh.
until I leave.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
She telling you no, Heifer. You can't.
She cannot go anywhere.
Let me fix my neck to
So
start
let's get
falling
through
asleep
these
on
text
camera.
messages then. Okay, let's do that right now. Who was watching the kids when you got pregnant twice and had two? Who was watching the kids when you were performing fellatio and effing 6-7 years ago and go on the reunion and say I can't remember? Who was watching the kids when you were taking the flights to DC with the same ninja, then come back to me being a pro hoe? We were done then. If I had known all that you did before we even struck a TV deal, they're gonna take my infidelity to TV for a freaking storyline. Stupid. Played me. But don't mention nothing you low down dirty ass did. Woo. Now you got the entire country looking at me like it was all me when you played an even bigger part. I'm not done. Who was watching the kids when you were with your attorney? Who was watching the kids when you were sleeping with my frat? Who was watching the kids when you were sleeping with someone I knew personally, all while married? I'm a hoe because I was sleeping with one person. Nope. You are for having a roster. Yo, list runneth over. Woo!
Over.
You want to know what I'm going to say to that? Even if she did all of that, he didn't find out about it. Because when people say respectful cheating, that's what they talking about. It's how you do what you do. Right? The second that old girl pick up the phone talking about put Martell on the phone, is the second she put that out of his favor. Because if you doing you and I'm doing me. Because if he was cheated for 7 years and she was with people for 6 years, he already had a little running start on her. But let's say that they both cheated the entire relationship. The second that one of your hoes got out of line is the second that you deleted my whole facts.
Okay now.
Because I, you know, Ma was like, oh, people be cheating and you've been cheated on. Now, I'm a player. I cheat. Well, no, that was the old me. God has changed me. But from the perspective of somebody who, like, you're not going to play me harder than I'm going to play you. The things that I can relate and resonate with Melody on is when I see what I see. Like when you know you doing dirt, if we even, what are we talking about? Oh, because you ain't have the sense to get me to one, we know that if any of this stuff was stuff he knew, she would have said XYZ to him, and he would have been like, nah, ho, you fucked the whole frat. Right? But that's not how it happened.
Out.
That's not how it happened. Another thing that gets scary for me is the perspective that the men in that camp have when they're viewing women and relationships. They have a very shifted and odd, askew perspective when they're talking about what a woman's able to do and what a man should be able to do. It's weird. Like, if you were cheating on me and I left you, I don't want to hear nothing about what I did when we were apart.
Fact.
And if we only got back together for the show and you still stayed doing what you was doing, don't tell me nothing about what you heard I was doing. Who'd you hear it from? Nobody ain't call you directly and say XYZ. You heard it through the rumor mill? Or word? Because our friends sitting up in my face and they ain't said nothing to me yet.
Facts. Okay, man, you back. We about to keep going. How I found out about the 24 babysitters. My parenting would never allow me to bribe my kids. I'm their father, not a cop. I don't play that crap. My kids are kids around me. If I ask questions, they're going to answer. Bribe, belt.
Confessions.
Prior weekend, the kids shared with me how afraid they were in a hotel being babysat by 2 college girls because their mom was busy. That's cool. They said the fire alarm went off and they didn't know what to do. My youngest were crying. From there, I asked all the questions. But Peach Cobbler sounds great. Melody Hope, keep talking.
Y'all don't remember when Boss Baby was calling him Ice Cream Boy?
With who?
I think it was Boss Baby calling him the Ice Cream Boy.
Calling
who? I don't remember that. What?
You don't remember this? She was like, oh, that's Ice Cream Boy.
Oh, yes. Yes. Lord Jesus. I forgot all about that. I forgot completely about that.
She might have been as young as Sugar Mama or a little bit older than Sugar Mama. And she was like, oh, you the Ice Cream Boy?
Probably. Oh, my gosh. You are so right. Okay. Said I was a good dad until we divorced. Being with you didn't make me a good father. Being a good father is just who I am. You didn't have the time for me and the kids while we were married. Same as now, the reasons for 24 babysitters. We don't owe each other anything but to be good co-parents.
Okay, if you want to co-parent with me, a good start to the co-parenting is not sicking your little girl on me.
That is true.
Well, when we have joint custody, I have to accept and trust that you are parenting in a way that my children are safe. You know what my son's father is NYPD. You know what he used to say to me? If it happens to him, it happens to you. Make sure that you understand that. If it happens to him, don't come to me and tell me he fell down unless you fell down too.
Okay. Good. Okay, good.
Okay, let's keep
going.
No.
I was gonna say something.
What?
Just like the woke movement that people have taken advantage of in this country, not just in this country, but in the world, women have been cheated on. And so we are very quick to sympathize with Melody. Melody ain't no saint. Melody is as ugly.
No, but why does she need to be a saint? I'm not a saint. Why does she need to be a saint?
She does not need to be a saint. She does not need to be a saint, but you're over here sympathizing with Melody. Oh, she was cheated on.
Let's talk about it. Like I said, I'm a cheater. Can't nobody say that they got me better. I always get my lick back. I always get my lick first. You follow what I'm saying? I'm not doing it now because I've evolved. However, when you see, there's certain things you see in a behavior, like him running down on her while she's out and her having to be like, yo, you can't keep doing that. We're not married anymore. I've seen it happen. Men that don't want to let you go, even when they've thrown you away. I've seen it happen. When you see these things it's dangerous for us to run around giving Martell all of these accolades because he got muscles and is an attractive man. Because the danger in that is young people watching it are going to fall victim to good-looking men who say they're good fathers. Be a father. You're a father. There ain't no good fathers. There's bad fathers. Bad fathers don't show up. Parents show up, period. But there's a dangerous thing that happens when there's a man like Martell who a lot of his behavior is misogynistic. And he is quick to try to put his hands on people. That's dangerous. And we got to be mindful that just because he got a pretty face, and clearly he's pretty for nothing, because he ain't done nothing, and nobody even he tried to make calendars, ain't nobody buying that. Because we don't use calendars. I cannot deal with you.
I tried. I don't know if you're able to buy out of state now, but at that time you couldn't buy out of state. You have to go pick it up yourself. And I'm still waiting on my wine.
Wait, I have one question before we go any further. Is it me? Or in Huntsville, do they say kids is, children's is? Why are we making plurals plural? Girl. That don't bother y'all? That's my kids' mother. That's my kid's mother. That shit bothered me.
Girl, I don't even know. That's the truth. Martell is quick to put his hands on people. That narrative is false.
How do you know checking on you, boo?
Okay, checking on you, boo. Checking you, boo. How do you know, honey? How do you know? They don't shit. But yeah, I'm still waiting on my wine. Oh yeah, so Dina. So like many months ago, I like to support the people that I do my commentary on and whatnot. So like I've done many things, I have bought from, the companies or whatever products that Love and Marriage Huntsville people have. Martell is no different. Like I said, I don't discriminate. So I had tried to buy one of his calendars. And they had told me that I had to come get it. And I couldn't come get it. So they ended up sipping my money back. But I tried to go get the calendar. I tried to order the calendar, but since I couldn't go get it myself, they couldn't send it to me out of state for some reason. So they ended up sending my money back like 2 months later. But yeah, I tried to get a calendar to support the man, and I couldn't. Now I done bought the wine, and I still ain't got the wine. Now, I will say this. When I had bought chocolate in a bottle, I had got that like almost a week before I was supposed to have even received it. I am like into buying INS wine, and I still have not received my wine.
Was chocolate in a bottle good?
Huh?
Was chocolate in a bottle good?
Yes, it was good. I even tried to order another bottle, but by that time they had went up in their price. I was like, oh no, I can't afford this. But yes, I even tried to buy a second bottle of chocolate in a bottle, but it was too pricey for me at that point. But yeah, but with this INS wine, I tried to buy it. I did buy it, and that was like 3 weeks ago. And I still have not received my wine. And Marcella, speak with your girl, Marcella came on last night, and she explained that he does his, packaging and all of that, and mailing out himself, I guess. And so that's why people haven't received their stuff yet, because he's doing it himself. Melody was doing it herself, she said. However, I received my stuff from Melody fine, in perfect time, but I still have not received my wine from Martell. And I don't even know. I'm going to have to go to my other page and say something to him, because I'm still blocked on my primary page. Still blocked. I apologize to this man and everything. Let's let y'all know that. But still, so I had to go to my other page to talk to him about it one time when I gave my apology and all that. So now I'm going to have to go back to that page and tell him, like, look, it's been 3 weeks, almost a month, since I done bought this wine from you, and I still haven't received my wine. I'm trying to have it for the premiere of the second season. Hopefully it'll be here by then, but as of now, I still do not have my wine. And that's that. So I don't know. I just don't know. If someone hits you, what will you do, goody? You just said a man cheated on you and you cheated back. Why are you making him to be a monster? What? You want to respond to that one?
Sure. If someone hits me, I'm going to hit them back. That said, if Melody actually has the video of him going down to her job when she was working the job and getting physical with the people on the set, that's problematic. And I'm going to assume they have video because it was a movie set.
Facts.
Alexa, turn on the living room light.
So yeah, so as far as it's talking about, it was good. It tasted really good. Like I said, I ordered a second bottle. It was just too expensive by then. They upped the price. So yeah, it was good. It was smooth. It was nice. It tastes like a fancy Tootsie Roll, if you will. That's all
that's my thing.
It was good. I liked it. That's right. Yes, I am. I will be taking them, asking where is my wine. Did the wine have a tracking number? I believe it did. I'm not sure. I did get an email back after I had purchased it, so I'm assuming it did.
Maybe it's coming from China.
Emails I still have not checked. So.
Maybe it's coming from China.
Made in China, ain't it all? So if you're going to hit back, why are you making Martell to be violent?
I clearly said if and maybe you said this before I responded. If first of all, Checky Boo, let us know if you're a woman or a man. We curious.
We still don't know who Checky Boo is. I think
that said,
they take
he went down
to fun in not knowing who exactly they are.
If he went down to the job ready to put his hands on people, if he went down to the job ready to put his hands on people, that's problematic.
Facts.
Period.
Okay, where are we? Are we here? If your kids are with you all the time, I would have you in court for allowing over 24 people to watch them. Very scary situation. Somebody let this woman know that other people have facts too. We have whole courts coming up that says that you don't have time for the kids, except for pictures and videos for social media. Said I was a good dad until we were. Okay, I think this is just doubling back. Being good, you didn't have a good father. Being a good father is just who I am. Don't have the time for me, and the kids were married. Same as now, reasons for 24 babysitters. We don't owe each other anything but to be good parents. If your kids are with you all the time, I wouldn't have you in court for allowing over 24 people to watch them. Okay, I think I doubled down on that. Here we go. Okay, it says, saying you've walked away from your fake shit. Every one of them will say the same things about you. Fake. Stop saying you were sitting back. You just went on TMZ calling me out my name, but I'm supposed to ignore. I was showcasing a BB and you don't know how to react. You keep me in your mouth for a storyline. You have to, because no one wanted to film with you.
That I will say, she doesn't really seem to do the talking about him much. And is he, like, is Sheree in her big hardback 50-something-year-old self allowing this man to run around calling her a bad bitch?
Girl. And she's been quiet for a quick second ever since
I'd be embarrassed.
And then you're saying I'm delaying our court date. How, Sway? Who am I? The dang judge.
Yo, stop. Excuse me. I'm just reading my messages from Kenya.
Oh, Lord. Tracking, you're delusional. I guess you weren't around me when I took pictures of you and our attorney, Dan Crane. Text message conversations about hooking up while you were married and he was engaged. While you were in our bed sleep. I guess her phone didn't know about timing out. I bet you remember now that you were around me when I saw your brother had COVID. So yeah, so she made that whole thing about how you know this and this about my brother having COVID when I haven't been around you like that for 2 years. That was one of the messages that we talked about last night.
It's curious though, right? Isn't one of his big gripes his inability to see her, have contact with her, so they could sit down and talk to the kids? How are you around her if you're not around her? If your argument is that you're not around her and that's problematic for you because you want to be able to sit down and talk about the kids, how are you around her? That's two different narratives from the same book.
That's true. That is true. Okay, that was that one. Fellas, make sure you check names and numbers because Mel had Negroes' numbers saved as her friend, girls' names, and cousins' names too. Gotta actually read those messages. Y'all stop thinking I did all this crazy ish. Oh, and none of this is alleged. So Mel, if I'm lying, sue me. These are facts, and my witness are already on board, all while married. Now remember yesterday or last night, Speak With Your Girl Marcella was here and she did say that Destiny had gave a statement in the court case battle, and I'm not sure whose favor it was in. However, she made a point to say that even people that Melody isn't cool with no more still said that she is the active parent in the school and doing everything. So even from what Marcella said, I'm still not sure if that statement was in Martell's favor or Melody's favor. But Destiny did make a statement in court for those who were not here last night. If y'all wasn't here last night, I'll suggest y'all go back and listen to what Marcella talked about because she dropped some things that I did not know.
Guys, I have to talk. My sister is not feeling good. I'm gonna have to excuse myself because I need to talk to my sister in Kenya.
Okay, go ahead. We're just going through the rest of the text real quick.
Yeah.
You see this? Bye, Ma. Tell your sister, I hope she feel better.
I love you.
I love you too, Marty.
Okay, so where are we now? Okay. Crazy. Therapy was for me to attend with my son because you, Mel, messed my kids up a little by keeping them away for 56 days while falsely accusing their father of hitting my son 25 times and striking him on the head, causing him to bleed. He told you he bumped his head on the table, shaking my head. You didn't call me to see what happened. You were forced to drop that nonsense in court. So that was one of the things that basically had caused him to not see the kids for
what I think is again, I told you they have a very odd way of seeing things. The judge ordered. That was a court ordered stall on. That was a court ordered stall on his visitation until they did an investigation, right? So if it's court ordered, then it's not her stopping him. And if what he wanted was for her to call him, that doesn't make sense because y'all don't have a good relationship. That would have put more flame that would have added more flame to the fire. You follow what I'm saying? So the best way to go about it when you can't see eye to eye is to have the third party mediate. Hey, I don't know what's going on here.
Right.
But I know I'm not sending my child to be hurt there.
Facts.
So I'm gonna need this looked into. And I ain't calling nobody over there about my child because I get hot about my child, and that's not gonna help the situation.
Okay. All right. What's next, fellas? Okay, we did that one. Melody. Well, let me take off this comment first. Melody, who was watching our kids for over an hour when you left them in the car unattended while getting your makeup done? Nobody. A lady had to bang on the place of business door to see whose kids they were. Over an hour. Another reason I want full custody. I would never. Oh my.
This is the problem. He started out by saying, I don't want full custody.
He did.
You follow what I'm saying? Like, people got to stop being so, like, the one thing I want to speak to is there is no need for Mel to be innocent, and there is no need for Mel to be a saint or an angel. She a grown-ass woman who done went to college. We all had our fun. So this persecution, she's not an angel, and a lot of people say it. So what?
Right.
She ain't supposed to be an angel. It would have been best for both of them, because what could actually be the truth is that they both married too young.
That I believe.
And they both could have wanted to see what was out there in the relationship. But the problem is Martell lied so much within one statement that you don't know how much of the lies are in all the statements.
That is fair.
And when you take the lies that he does tell, and you take his odd way of seeing things, like, there's no way that I'm supposed to be faithful to you when we're separated. I mean, I know people say that's how it should be, but that's not how it has to be.
Facts.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's not how it has to be. If I decide I'm not going to be with you, that don't mean I don't have needs.
Exactly.
And just because I'm a woman don't mean that I'm supposed to sit up in the house being prim and proper for who? That's the respectability politics that a lot of people can't step away from.
I dig that.
So she's not an angel, she's not a saint, but I have yet to hear him say that a man pressed him like, yo, I'm sleeping with your wife.
There you go.
Put Mel on the phone.
That's some fact right there. Because if that ain't
real, and another thing he keeps doing that's odd to me for a man who don't want nothing to do with her, he keeps calling her Melody Hope.
I think that's for him. I think he's being funny because of the fact that she wants to change her name so bad and she can't at the moment. So it's kind of a dig to her because the fact that she is to Melody Hope when that's the last thing she wants to be. That's where I'm getting from.
You know what? Ike didn't want Tina to remain a Turner. He wanted his name back.
The name stays home.
I don't understand. I feel like a lot of this has to do with that. Like, how dare you? How dare you actually leave me? Because regardless of what people talking about, they wasn't together, and we heard through the Huntsville grapevine, that man was not going to get a divorce from his wife. He didn't want it. What he wanted was the ability to do what he was doing, how he was doing it. And we could talk about how fake the relationship is or was. But they have a new baby. That's not fake. That was real grooving and moving going down.
Wait, check you, boo. You just got back. Now you even going to let me see it. Hold on. He just wants to get right. Speaking off for what we just read, though, he just texts that, he wanted full cousin. That's what she's referring to.
I'm saying, Checky, you boo, if you're going to be here, keep up. Because that's what we're responding to that. There are lies within the lies. And it's very logical. It's a very linear, logical way of following it. You can follow it. He said, I don't want full custody. And then he said, that's why I want full custody. You clearly know more than we know. So which one does he want?
Okay, I think we got 2-3 more. Okay, somebody said this to Melody Ho, happy Sunday. Yeah, that's why I say he keeps calling her that because she she wants to not be old. Melody Cherie. Oh, now I'm talking about her full name, y'all. Melody Cherie Ho. I don't need to fly bloggers in. People that know our business and facts about us and that we've done are right here in Huntsville. So let me know the day for interviews because Mr. Holt is well prepared. It seems that at this point, they both feel like they're well within their right for what they are feeling and what they're saying and what they feel is their truth for what is going on between them. And obviously, it is really two different things from what is happening here. Both feel like they are however, really about to start and what is really about to take place. I feel like they're is putting everything out there that they can before this starts. So they have all of this to go on when the case actually does start. That's how I'm seeing it.
What I think becomes dangerous. Hello, is my mic on? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
What becomes dangerous for both of them? I think specifically Martell, based on what Marcella said last night. I think he believes he has more allies out here in Huntsville than he actually has. Right? That's one. Where's the manager who would have been managing this situation? She seems to have gone away as soon as Sheree popped up.
Facts. I did not think about that. Where is she? You're right.
Because she would have said, hey, this is no way for us to do business. They're now in the process of actually trying to sell this wine.
It's because was now open to Martell. She could do whatever she wanted. He asked her. He took it to court.
Yeah, he knew that when he took it to court. He also knew that when he said yesterday that he didn't want full custody. That was yesterday.
In order to get full custody for his when he is too busy, he has to file. This is something that people who know.
Yeah, you know a lot. Checking your books.
You know, who are you? Who are you?
He was very
Love
frustrated.
me. I will be paid. Thank you.
Okay. Another thing that's weird to me is how Dr. Heavenly said he called her office.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Right. That indicates to me that there's an odd way of seeing things. You follow what I'm saying? Like you're seeing yourself this way and it might not be the way that you are actually viewed. So this is a dangerous game they're both playing.
And that's what I'm saying. They both have their own perception of the situation and not both are, because I think they're clouded by what they're both feeling and within their own right of what they feel is right, that they're not seeing the other side and how other people are viewing them. When you come into a situation like this, of course you feel that you're right and you're entitled to your opinion, which you are, because this is your case that you are dealing with and you are fighting. However, when it's public like this and people are looking in, you have people that are going to perceive it a certain way and can see it from a different perspective. And they always will. Just like the whole thing with Melody and how she said what she said about Tank. People are going to perceive it however they want to, no matter how you see it, and you're just putting it out there a certain way. So I think what they're not being mindful of is the fact that, not everyone watching your situation is on your team. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, you're going to have backlash from whatever way, and people are going to see it from a different perspective, regardless of how you put it out there and how you want it to be out there. And that's
another thing. Even though today Marcel is pissed at Mel for his reasons, right? Hey, Marcel. Even though Marcel is pissed at Melody for whatever reason, Marcel has at times tried to hold Martell accountable for the way he was moving, which indicates to me that there was a point where Martell thought that when Marcel, all these friggin' M's, when Marcel thought that Martell wasn't moving correctly in these streets. You follow what I'm saying? So
yes.
The kids are always going to be the victims here. While people feel a way that Melody publicized this, it was definitely her story to publicize, even if they were both cheating on each other like a mofo. The second this chick called me and me and this chick is about to tussle, you violated. Because he has yet to say that he was putting hands on somebody who approached him about this man. So I think what he's missing is the right way to cheat ain't to build a whole new relationship.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying? Because the second you do that, the stakes become higher.
Yes.
Which is something Marcel's aware of. You ain't got to know about me, boo. Like, I don't
value all opinions, right? So
these are opinions. I'm opining.
Other opinion.
It's my opinion.
You have to come up here.
Right. The link is here.
I will let you do want to come up here and speak. You'll have to show your face. I'll give you that. I do like when people show their face. I only like show their faces, actually. But if you ever want to, you always come in here and have a lot to say. You have a very your own perspective. So if you ever want to come speak, let me know. You always have a lot of insight.
And for me, I either way, I'm not a Melody fan or a Martell fan.
Right.
I'm an advocate for the kids, actually, and this needs to stop. I don't want to see this messiness. You know what I'm saying? But when we see what we see, both on screen and off screen, and we line it up, the logic ain't logicking on one side.
Facts.
And maybe it's because old boy don't know how to present himself to the public. But when you don't know how to present yourself to the public, you don't present yourself to the public. You lay low.
That's true. Okay, let's get to this last two. Melody said, I know. Okay, we did that. One more. Why are you coming for Marcel when our friends, Alonda, Judy, and Deja know you were effing and sucking, I'm thinking, other ninjas while married to me, and I'm not mad at them. Hashtag check me. No, you did not.
That's why I said who gonna check me, boo. Let me tell you a secret. I hope Sheree's not playing party to this. It would not. She would be putting herself in something that's really deeper than she needs to be. And I would tell him not to use my hashtag in his messiness. It's bad. Why do I need to understand?
Your ass up here.
No, why do I need to understand the depth of full custody when I'm saying He said one thing and then he said another. 2 different days. That's what he said. He doesn't want full custody. Then he said, that's why I'm taking you for full custody. I don't understand why that's such a sticking point for you. No, I don't struggle with context. So now Martell is this big juggernaut and can't pass an open book test. Come on, beloved. Come up to the thing. You ain't got a problem with me. I said that within his comments, he makes lies. He says lies. Within the same comment, he says the opposite of what he's trying to say in the same comment, in the same argument, because he gets confused. I'm not confused about that. And it's okay. We don't have to agree. I'm good with that. But I don't understand why it bothers you so much. I can't be the only one you've heard saying this.
Jackie, you has always been very vocal. I've understood that.
And
That's
I've
always been or him or whoever it is to come up here. I just need you to inbox. I need to know what is going on. You know a lot. I feel like you have some type of an inside track. I'm not sure, but I need to know. I need to know. Okay. So I think that was all of the and then of course at the end, have a glass with me. I would love to Martell, but I ain't got my wine. Damn it.
There was another one where he was where he said, because she said, yo, you just 5 weeks ago you were saying to me that she said that he told her they were soulmates and he wanted to work on things. And she said, hell no. And he's like, you mean 5 weeks ago when I was walking with my girl and her dog? Again, it's weird. It's giving weird. Because 2 things could be true. Because you had a whole marriage and a whole 7-year relationship. 2 things could be true. You could have said that. And then, I mean, Ariana is saying that you told her it was just for show with Sheree. So all of these things, again, are conflicting. Unless you see them as the same, checking you, boo. Unless I'm missing the context with that. Whatever.
Checking you, boo. I'm gonna need we need to talk. Matter because people
this custody thing is his version of the credit card. Is his version of Mod's credit card issue. I've moved past that. You shake your head.
Checking you. Okay, Goody. Any final thoughts before we get out of here? Thank you for coming. As a matter of fact, clicking on the link
by Mod who left.
Please do come back. I do enjoy it.
I'll be back. My final thoughts is this is getting out of hand. It's ridiculous. The victims are the children. There are no winners here. There are no innocent people because okay. Love you too, Checky you boo. We gonna disagree. I don't have a problem disagreeing. I don't have a problem opining. But I'm looking at this the same way other people are looking at it, and it's messy. Regardless, it don't need a blame. Neither of these 2 people are right. This don't need a blame. What it needs is a moderator behind closed doors and figure out your custody agreement and then do the show based on adult things. Because for people who don't want other people to talk about your kids, y'all talking about your kids a lot. And it's ugly. And what we know for sure is other children can be cruel. And by the way, the children, all of the children when their family is splitting should have therapy or counseling. It's a grief. It's the death of a marriage. It's the death of a unit. Although it doesn't have to be. But because y'all don't know how to carry on yourselves the correct way, y'all need a mediator. Y'all need to do what y'all have to do. And the children need somebody to help them through this process. That's my final thought.
That was a beautiful final thought. I can't say no better than that. But y'all know what this is. This is a custody battle. Custody battles get messy. It's going to be messy. And it's barely even started yet. So we are going to have a lot more to talk about. So make sure y'all come back to the Huntsville Chronicles, where I will be coming live every time something pops off that day. So y'all know what it is over here. I thank y'all for everybody who came out here. I thank Really Big TV for coming through tonight. I thank Mod, who was here and had to go. Oh, okay, good. Goody on the final thought. Okay, we came to an agreement. We came to an ending, and that's a beautiful thing. So again, Goody, thank you for coming out. And I'm going to close this by saying thanks for watching. And I'm out this nasty thing.